they didn't show the full tip before. So it was not an enticing order. Ooh, it is pouring. Oh my goodness. I got this order here to go to Wendy's. First of all, hello. To girl Cheyenne. We're going out for about maybe 2-3 hours tonight. Let's see, I left the house, it was like 7 something. And I got this order here on DoorDash. As you can hear, it is pouring. Hopefully you can hear me properly. But first of all, I thought it was really weird that I saw such a high amount on DoorDash. And there was a $2 peak pay going on at one point. Now there's a $1 peak pay, I think, going on. Uber, I'm sure, is really busy. Skip must be busy. It's just gonna be a busy night, but it is pouring and I forgot my jacket. So do I use my umbrella? Do I use my poncho? Like, I have a poncho in the back, but ponchos are annoying, whereas an umbrella, you just pop it open, but then that means that you have one less hand. I don't know. What do you do when it's raining? Do you use an umbrella, poncho, your jacket? Do you just go and just get wet? Let me know what you do.
Inquiring minds want to know.
So I went to Wendy's to pick up this order, and when I got there, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so busy. But when I went inside, they handed me an order and I was like, that's not my order. And then the guy was like super rude and he's like, what do you mean that's not your order? And I'm like, for Michael? He's like, for who? And then he checks, he's like, dude, she's here for Michael. Oh my goodness. So they didn't actually have the order. They had to take my phone to make the order. So I had to wait for that. The customer called me. He's like, hi, I'm just wondering what's going on with my order. I'm like, and at the same time, the guy said, we're just making the sandwiches. I was like, oh, they're making the sandwiches. I'm just waiting for your order. He's like, this whole time? I'm like, this whole time, yeah. So let's see, once we drop this off, what's gonna happen. Hopefully it continues to rain, but just not this hard. Like, enough that people don't want to go out to get their food and they order in, but not this hard that we get soaking wet just by stepping outside. At least I have my rain boots on. So one thing that I love about Uber is that...
Wait, what did you just say?
When the order has been sitting in the restaurant for a bit, they bump up that base pay. I saw this order come in at $20 and I was like, what? Of course I'll take it. Maybe something's wrong with it. When I got into Wendy's, because then I got an add-on. When I got into Wendy's, both orders were ready. It looks like they were sitting there for a while. And there was another order there that was ready. So I'm assuming maybe nobody picked them up. So then Uber bumped up the price. I'm not complaining about it. When I completed the orders, like, I was like, the base pay is so high. It's insane. So I just passed one light, no power. This light has no power. So I guess this entire grid is out, which explains why it's so dark. What do you do when there's no lights, by the way? Do you know that's a stop sign? Or do you just go through it? The thing that I really don't like about this time of the year is that people do not have their lights on. The amount of times that I had to break out my trusted old flashlight here and use it because people did not have their lights on. It's so annoying, and it's raining, and like, come on guys, just put on your porch lights. So then I got this double order on Uber again, and both restaurants right next to each other. Really cool. I got to speak to some of the employees in Billy K. I haven't seen them in a while. And then I saw an employee from another restaurant in Kyrgyzstan, which it's funny whenever you see people now, because like, she was smiling at me and I'm like, I know you from somewhere. And she's like, yeah, from Rockaway. So I'm like, oh, that's where I know you from. So it was super cool. Spoke to her for like a second, dropped off both orders. Customers, again, did not have their porch lights on. And then I got this skip order when I was about to go home because I was like, it's late, so I got our workout to do. But I got the skip order and I was like, it's paying very well. It's a Skip pizza bag. And go to Pizza. I went, had to wait maybe like a minute or two for the order. And another driver came in, and when we're walking out, I held the door for him. And then he's like, is it still worth it to drive, to deliver in that thing? Talking about my vehicle. And I was like, yeah, it's actually decent on gas. Like, I drive a Honda CR-V. Yes, okay, it's a SUV, but I'm not doing this full-time. Like, this isn't a full-time thing. This is part-time. Very, very part-time. So then I was like, yeah, it's still pretty good on gas. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he points at his car. He's like, I get 5 on this. And I was like, oh, do you? In my head, I'm like, are we comparing like your little 2-door tiny vehicle that looks like when the wind blows on it, it's going to blow away versus the SUV? Like, what are we doing right now? I don't understand. I just held the door for you. Are we competing here? Like, what's the point of this conversation? So I was like, all right, well, have a great day. I don't get it. Like, why the competition? It's not needed. All right, so I'm home and it is now 10 o'clock. I was out here for 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours. And I'll tally everything up and show it here with the Gigit app, wherever you're gonna see it. And then I'll be back out tomorrow. So for you, it's gonna be like not even a second. For me, it's a whole night. See you tomorrow. Well, we're back, but as you can see, it is pitch black outside. It's now 7 o'clock. I got a Wendy's order when I was home and I was like, oh, that's too far. And then I got a stacked order and they included that Wendy's order in it. And I was like, I see you, DoorDash. I see what you're doing. When I went to Wendy's to pick up the order, oh my goodness, the drinks were like, they're not even cold anymore. The ice is completely melted and the bag has like oil stains. So that goes to show how long it's been sitting there. I don't even know if the food's warm anymore, honestly speaking. Oh my goodness, so we're about to go drop that off. We have a water, like a boil water advisory going on right now. I'm like, a what? Like, I think I've gone through this maybe once or twice in my life before that I remember, like as an adult, and it did not last long. It was maybe for like a few hours. This is like, what? It's been all day, and now when you go onto the website for the city, it says that it's definitely not going to be lifted until Tuesday. Now, mind you, we are Saturday right now. It's not going to be lifted until Tuesday because Monday is our Thanksgiving. So Monday's a holiday. I'm not happy with this. So I went to Costco. I bought some water. We've been boiling water all day to like just have water around the house. You never realize how much water you actually use. Like, we drink a lot of water. That's why I went to go buy water. But also just water that you use for cooking, for washing your veggies, washing your fruits. Like, it's, you know, like brushing your teeth. So many different things that I'm like, oh my goodness. Have the disposable plates because obviously you can't wash your dishes. Like, ugh, it's just so much. But really, like, I was telling my daughter today because she said she's 5. And she's like, oh, I hope it's not like this in the whole world. And I'm like, there's a lot of places in the world, unfortunately, that this is their reality. So we're very, very lucky. But I want it done. This is DoorDash's fault. I dropped off that order and there was a hidden tip on it. But when it came in, when I was home, unless this is not the exact same customer and she lives exactly where the pin was before, they didn't show the full tip before. So it was not an enticing order. They need to stop with this hidden tip business because, like, look how long that customer most likely had to wait for her food. And then another thing that I realized, so I was like, oh, there's no ice. But most likely there's no ice because we have the water advisory, so they can't make ice. But what I'm wondering is, how did I get a fountain drink? Because I went to McDonald's after that and they have canned drinks for the children's kids meals because you can't use the water, so you can't make fountain drinks. So how exactly did Wendy's give me 2 fountain drinks? Do they not care? Like, about the water advisory? I don't understand.
They don't care.
Ooh, I went to Bandiri and the order was ready. So fingers crossed there's a hidden tip on this one because it came in at $11. So let's see if there's a hidden tip. Man, you know what just happened? So first I got the McDonald's order that was going close to my house and I was about to go home. And as I closed it off, I got another Skip order and I was like, okay, fine, I'll go do it. Then as I'm driving home, I'm like, okay, nothing good is coming in. All the apps are coming in, but they're not good. So I'm like, all right, let me turn off my apps and go home. So then I get an Uber order coming to Amir, going about like 6 kilometers away. And I was paying like $9. And I was like, ugh, it's decent, like it's not gonna take long, but I don't wanna go all the way over there because that's going away from my house. So I'm like, I won't take it. Tell me why, as I shut off Uber, I go to shut off Skip, I get this order from Skip, same restaurant, same street. I'm like, are you serious? So obviously I took the Skip order because it's paying well, but I'm like, I could have taken that Uber order. Oh man, so sad. So sad. Let's go pick it up. Oh, hopefully this is it coming in.
That wasn't it.
That's it. I'm home. I am done for the night. I will be back tomorrow evening, but it's going to be a really short shift in the evening tomorrow. So you'll see that over here. And if you don't see it, well,
That's all, folks.